All right, we have Terence Harcum and Justin Abson on the for their post-game press conference after our 84-74 win against Georgia Southern. We'll ask you to state your name and affiliation if you have a question. We'll go ahead and fire away with questions.
James Chamberlain, the Appalachian. What does it mean to y'all to continue building as the season progresses, as you're on a five-game win streak?
It means a lot, being here in the summer and all the work we put in, blood, sweat, and tears and all that. Just seeing it pay off feels good. We just got to keep it going.
I second that. I mean, we put a lot of work in over the summer and even during the season for moments like this. I'm glad we was able to get the dub today.
Can y'all talk about the adversity of starting slow in the second half, but then responding after the second media timeout to take back control of this game?
Just having a next play mentality. One bad play happens, you can't dwell on it. Just focus on the next play and make that,
Yeah, man, it's a part of basketball. I mean, you're going to go on runs, the other team will go on runs, but as long as we respond the right way and have a next play mentality, I feel like we'll be all right.
Terence, you were shooting lights out tonight. What were you seeing tonight to put up a 23-point performance?
Shot was just falling, man. I mean, some of the shots I usually take, I didn't feel like I shot anything I wouldn't or haven't been shooting, so just shots was able to go my way tonight. And shout out to my teammates for finding me as well.
Hey guys, Zach Smith, High Country Sports. So now 9-0 at the Holmes Center this season. Got a big game Saturday at home against James Madison. What does it mean to have the support of the student section like you did tonight?
We've been winning every game at Holmes because of the fan support. We just got to keep it going. We're going to keep trying to win games for everyone.
Yeah, all the fans out there keep coming out to the games, man. Y'all really helping us out on these home, being 9-0 at the crib.
What if there was a turning point? He mentioned in the second half where Georgia Southern takes their first and only lead of the game. You guys immediately respond with a 10-0 run. What changed there?
Just our intensity. We felt like we were letting up a little bit, so we just had to put our foot on the gas and take the game back over.
Terence, I got one. 23 points tonight, your new season high, but going tit for tat with one of their best scorers in Tyron Moore with 28 points. Just talk about the way that you were able to see the floor tonight and how your scoring helped the team win tonight.
Like I mentioned earlier, man, my teammates were finding me in my right spots, and the shots I was taking today is the ones I usually take, and they were just having to fall tonight. So.
For both of you, a lot of foul trouble tonight, but you're able to stay calm and stay composed and get the win. Just talk about the way that the team is able to battle through all this adversity tonight in a game that's very physical against a heated rival with all this foul trouble.
Coming to the second half, we just had a clear mind, new game, me being with 2 fouls, just knowing I have 3 more fouls to play and knowing the type of defender I am. So I just had to get back to, affecting shots and all that stuff.
On top of that, our depth is really good, man. We can go, 8, 9 deep, so I feel like that really helped us out in foul trouble. So while we was in foul trouble today.
Fan support was great tonight. 3,000 fans for a midweek game. Obviously the big game on Saturday. Just what do you have to say to the fans for Saturday's game?
Just pack Holmes.
Yeah.
That's it.
Pack Holmes, baby. Pack Holmes.
Any other questions for Terence and Justin? All right, thanks, guys. We'll be back in with Dustin Kerns here in a moment. All right, up next we have head coach Dustin Kerns after our 10-point win against Georgia Southern. We'll let him start with an opening statement, and then we'll move into questions.
Yeah, first of all, this is our coaches versus cancer game, so we will continue to, fight for cancer research, and hopefully this continues to raise awareness. I thought our students were outstanding. I thought our crowd was outstanding. Great job with the blackout. The shirts and stuff were awesome. Georgia Southern, it's Sunbelt basketball. With the position we're in, we're going to get everybody's best shot, and we certainly got their best shot tonight. Proud of our guys. I thought it was just a hard-fought game. And we made some winning plays at the end. And, I thought that our guys did, it was just a hard game. It was a hard game to play. It was a hard game to officiate. It was back and forth. And, credit Georgia Southern. I thought they made a bunch of tough shots. They executed getting to the free throw line. They made their free throws. And so I thought we had a balanced attack. No one over 30 minutes. 4 guys in double figures with another guy with 9, with another guy with 8, and so proud of our guys for digging down and getting the win.
All right, now we'll move into questions. Just ask to state your name and affiliation and go ahead and fire away.
James Chamberlain, the Appalachian. Your team has improved to 9-0 at home. What does it mean to play in front of this crowd night after night?
Yeah, it's awesome, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. I don't know what the attendance was tonight here, but it felt like a big crowd. I really thought our students got into it and, really willed us through some stops there. And so, it's great, and it's helping. I think it's helping raise the level of our team, and it's hurting our opponents. And so that's really great, and let's keep it going.
What did you say to your team in the second half media timeout as your team responded with an 8-0 run with multiple blocks that you guys really took control of the game?
Yeah, I just said, hey, that's how we impose our will, right? And so at some point, like I said, we're going to get everybody's best shot right now. That's how basketball goes. Right now, we're a big game for people, and so that's what we've got to expect. And at some point, I said, at some point during the game, we're going to impose our will, and we may have to do it a couple times, all right? And I thought that was a big moment there.
What do you take from tonight's game in preparation for Saturday's matchup against James Madison?
The most important was just winning, right? Like, it's Sun Belt play. There's a lot of, just hard-fought games. Today was about just focusing on today and getting the win, and we'll turn the page later tonight and start figuring them out.
Coach Zach Smith, High Country Sports. So in the first half, Georgia Southern kind of did something that not a lot of teams have been able to do against you guys, score in the paint.
Yeah.
The second half, that did seem to turn around. He mentioned you had a period with about 3 or 4 blocks, I want to say in about 2 minutes. What was the message at halftime?
Well, so they play a unique style, okay? And so they're coming off a 16-point win over Georgia State at home where they made 19 threes, and including 10 in the first half. And so by the numbers, like, they want to shoot a ton of threes, and they're, to this point, making them a lot, right? Well, we want to do the opposite. We want to make them shoot twos. We adjusted some things at halftime, which we did. Like, they only made 3 threes. That is without question a season low for them. And they only attempted 13. That's got to be a season low for them. Once again, they shot 19 in the first half last game. That's an average. And so if they start making those and you give them catch and shoot shots and that rim starts getting bigger and bigger, that was what we were afraid of because we just saw it last game against a good Georgia State team. And so we adjusted how we played a little bit. And we'll have to, figure that out for the next game with them. But at the end of the day, we did our job of not allowing them to get threes. We didn't think they could get enough twos, which they didn't, right? But we wanted to take away their 3-point attempts as well, which we did. We just got to do a better job of playing without fouling. They were able to get downhill and get fouled a little too much. And we've got to do a better job of showing our hands and keeping them off the free throw line. I think if we keep them off the free throw line, they got a lot of points there.
So Xavier Brown plays with obviously a ton of intensity. You could really see it, especially towards the end, going into that media break, the little confrontation there. What does that bring to the team when you have a guy like that who's all out all the time?
Yeah, and his energy is contagious, and I thought that, even Donovan Gregory, we had a lot of guys had some competitive spirit tonight. Certainly, but Xavier was our best matchup for Moore, and I say this, and he had 28 points, but he got to the line too many times. Like he doesn't have 28 points, he didn't get 10 free throws, and so that's an adjustment we'll make next time we play them. But at the end of the day, like we made his life, tried to make his life difficult. Like all those 16 shots he didn't have a lot of easy looks, and that's where Xavier's strength is.
Coach, congratulations on what you said, a hard-fought game. Everybody that you played tonight saw at least more than 10 minutes. What does it mean for you and for the team that you can trust, more than 5, 6, 7 players to go 10 minutes and, be productive for you?
Yeah, I mean, that's just our strength. Our depth is our strength, right? And so no one over 28 minutes, everybody double digits. And so we're not going to our guys are human. We're not going to play perfect every night. Miles Tate has played much better games. Just couldn't get in a rhythm, right? And offensively, defensively. But Jordan Marsh really stepped up and played a really good game. I thought Christopher Mantis stepped up and hit some big shots, and I thought he played a good game. So, and we know Miles has had games where he's more than stepped up. So, like, I just think, like, it's somebody different each night, and certainly we've seen it when it's all of them, right? But, like, if somebody happens to not have a great night, somebody's going to step up and help out, which is what we did tonight. I mean, Terence I thought was terrific, but, like, 20 bench points, it's big.
Yeah, and elaborate if you would please elaborate a little bit more on the bench points. You know, getting 20 points from your bench tonight is really huge. You know, how much do you have faith in your guys to come off the bench and, you know, just to continue to keep that momentum in as what your starters would?
Yeah, and I've got huge confidence in them. You know, I mean, I really feel like we've got 9 starters, right? And they're comfortable in their roles. Like, they all know they're going to play. They all know they're going to play, you know, a lot. And sometimes it's going to depend on who's kind of rolling or a matchup. Like, in the first half, we haven't had this, but we got in foul trouble. You know, we had Abson with 2. Miles, Xavier got 2. And so we had to play a little zone just to, you know, and Donovan got 2. And so we had to manage that. We went small. We played 4 guards. We tried to figure it out, and I thought we were getting a little bit of rhythm, and they hit some tough shots. But at the end of the day, we made winning plays when we needed to make them.
Coach, 25 second chance points tonight on 16 offensive rebounds. The effort was clearly there tonight. Just talk a little bit about that.
Well, they're first in the league in three-point percentage. They're first in the league in three-point attempts. They're last in offensive rebounds. Okay, so once again, we played the numbers game a little bit in the sense of wanting to take away the threes. Like, they're top three-point shooting team in the league, and attempts, but they're last in offensive rebounds. So we really emphasize that. Let's go hammer the offensive glass. 16 offensive rebounds was huge.
You touched on it a little bit, but the guys get in foul trouble. Four guys had 2 fouls in the first half. How do you manage a game when there's so much foul trouble going on with your team?
Yeah, I think that, you know, we played some zone to try to manage it. We Terence Harcum got 2 fouls. There's another somebody else, right? And so we played Abson and Donovan with 2, especially late. And so it's just kind of a feel thing, right? It's just kind of a matchup thing. And so, but we got through it.
Last one for me. Effective blackout tonight, I'd say. 3,000 fans in the stands, look pretty black in the student section. Obviously, with the big game coming up against James Madison, just what do you have to say to the fans of App Nation?
Yeah, thanks for coming out. Students were terrific. You know, as we move forward to Saturday, the second, you know, nationally televised game here against 2 really good teams. And so, you know, our program has raised the profile and gotten this moment, and hopefully we, you know, have another packed house and crazy environment, and it should be a lot of fun.
Any other questions for Coach Kerns?
Thanks.
All right,
Go
thank you,
Mountaineers,
guys.
take the stairs.